So I just want to run through a story of something that happened to me with you guys, so that you new guys don't run into the same thing or know how to navigate yourself around it if it ever happens to you. When it comes to residential, I'm all for giving discounts and throwing stuff in for free because it usually leads to more work. Like I try to keep them coming back every other year or whatever, but a lot of times also they'll tell their friends about me, stuff like that. But I when it comes to like commercial work, like house flippers are notorious for they're businessmen, like they want the best price. So my painters can do it cheaper than that, or I can do it myself. Or this guy last time, or it'll lead to more work, I promise you. So if you can just do it for this one time, next time we can work something out, right? So it's all I've heard it all, and I used to fall for it all the time because I just like saw dollar signs. Don't work for free. Don't work for next to free. Just let it be somebody else's problem. There's enough work out there. Once you get your name out, you'll be all right. But, excuse me, this one guy, he came and, sorry, my thumbtack's going off. This one guy, he came and, well, actually, I got a hold of him through Thumbtack. And he was from California. He said he had a property maintenance company. I'm guessing it's a new one because every management company I've ever dealt with, they did the managing, right? So I was supposed to clean this Rite Aid, right? So I told him I could clean that Rite Aid, and he's like, well, I'm from the whole way out here. You think you could do some more out there for me? Yeah, no problem. Gave him a price. Well, that price is too high. So back and forth, and finally I'm like, nah, I can't do it then. He hit me with well, it'll lead to more work. Boom, got me right on the hook. I freaking fell for it. And this is just last year. So he got me on the hook. I fell for it, and then he sends me an email for another job. And every job is a disaster. Something's going wrong, and I'm doing it for half its worth to begin with. So, and this is where I figured out I was doing it for half it was worth, and I still kept doing it because I was a dumbass. But he sent me this email. It says, can you do this concrete cleaning? And it's probably like 45 minutes from my house. And he said it usually goes for $250. Well, we had something else to clean down there. So I was like, yeah, sure, if it's small. He's like, oh, it's real small. It's nothing. It's just a little bit in the front of the building. He's like, there might be a little bit on the side of the building, but just a little bit. We get there. It wasn't a whole lot, but it wasn't a little bit, okay? And there's no freaking water. And that's the story of all the cleanings. They can't find where to turn the water on. Oh, the pipe just busted last week. This guy doing none of the management on his part. Like, literally, none. Like, we'd get there, there'd be no water, and then I'd have to pay for labor, diesel, and water to go get water, right? So there's a couple times where, like, I'd ask him if it's definitely cool if we went and cleaned it that day. Oh, yeah, it's fine, just go. You don't need to call nobody. No one ever calls anybody. What are you talking about? So I figured, like, the maintenance companies I've always worked for call somebody, so I better call somebody if he's not. So I'd call the Rite Aid manager, and they'd be like, I'm so glad you called because we got a delivery coming in tonight. You guys would be in each other's way, and we can't be having our products get wet, So, anyways, on that one job for the $250, I was thinking I'd probably charge $450 for it. So that's when I realized he's probably cutting it in half because literally I work for other people, and that's the going rate, what I was trying to charge the first time, and then he'd come back with half of whatever that was. So I'm guessing he got paid to find us, and then he was keeping half of whatever. Like, he'd charge Rite Aid for what it's worth, and then keep half. I'm guessing. It has to be. But, like, I can't believe that Rite Aid would be that cheap, right? So, and it's a good thing that I was the one cleaning a couple of those jobs because where we were supposed to, I'm all tongue-tied tonight, where we were supposed to clean underneath, like, awnings and stuff, there would be an electrical outlet with no face shield on it, no weatherization box, nothing. Just, it'd be in the wall, but, like, I could look in and see wires. So, which I related to him. I don't know if he told Rite Aid, but I just don't get it. And then I went on the Power Wash site to see if it was legit because he wanted to pay with PayPal, which PayPal also charges more money, so I was making, therefore, even less money. And he's like, PayPal or credit card is how he pays. So I asked online to see if it was a scam, and everybody said it was a scam right off the bat. They didn't even know. They just said it because credit card and PayPal is usually a scam. But then some other guy was like, oh, he contacted me too. I'm like, what did he say to you? He goes, he told me just to rinse it down with some water and it'll be fine. The rain can do that. Like, Rite Aids are huge buildings. They're stucco usually. And if you don't keep up with it, the algae will eat through the paint and then you have a stain forever, right? And then you need a paintbrush and a pressure washer. So, and also to clean them the right way, like, to actually make them look beautiful and seen for miles, you need a JLG on site. They're freaking huge. They're so high up, you know. You can't, like, we drug a ladder around so many Rite Aids. It took us all freaking day and half the night sometimes. It's just ridiculous. And then once it got cold, we had to wash them, and there's people everywhere. You'd have to set up traffic. You wouldn't have a guy to hold a ladder because he'd be, you know, keeping up with it. And it was just a nightmare, right? So, anyways, yeah, stay away from that stuff. If there's somebody like him, one more thing that I know he was taking half the money. There is a guy on the power washing site that used to clean Rite Aids for a property maintenance company, right? This guy said that he was getting paid more back in the day than I was getting paid now. How's that work? Okay, how do they pay less now for that services? Like, the cost of living's gone up, right? So yeah, I was getting taken advantage of. Rite Aid's getting taken advantage of. And if you ever fall into that scenario, just run. Don't even let them get you on the hook.